All right. Welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. Here's the thing. These are two really awesome knives, and they are super exclusives that from what I didn't even know. Now, they come from our buddy Jim over at Sharp Obsession Knives. Check him out. And he said they were BROP exclusives. And I'm like sitting here going, Jim, what's a BROP? I don't know. But guys, these are from Blade Runner Outpost. We have the 80s Camo Carbon KB Stroller, and we have the 80s Camo Carbon Vosteed Raccoon. Now, I've never seen the Stroller, but you guys, if you've been around, the top liner lock Raccoon is literally one of my top probably two Vosteed knives. This is fantastic. I have the blue micarta version with the more sheep's footy blade. I should grab that out if I can. Maybe I'll do that towards the end for comparisons. But this is a more premium version in M390. So we're going to jump in and we're going to take a look at these two 80s Camo Carbon winners. Now, for those of you that don't know, I always like to show this when I'm showing 80s. 80s Camo Carbon is UV light reactive, okay? It is not going to glow like that. That would be cool, but you know, if I were, let's just turn off this top light here. You can see there we get a nice glow up from a UV light. So if you were at some blacklight bowling event, you could just pull these out. People be like, whoa! But really, really cool. All right, let's jump into these and take a look. So I'm going to start with the Raccoon because we're not really going to do a full review on the Raccoon simply because there's a full review on the channel of the Raccoon already. We have done that in obviously the micarta version. Now, I will tell you some differences here. Obviously, is the 80s Camo Carbon and the M390 steel, and the fact that we have a Bowie style blade. $225 as well. Now, I think the others are like $69. Hang on. Since we were talking about differences, I just felt like I should have this guy out here. So you can see they're the same length, okay? But you have this Bowie style blade versus this kind of sheep's footy blade, but you still have the top liner lock. Now, for those of you that don't know, you have a liner locking the blade, but from the top, okay? And you have a button that actuates that spring, okay? If you don't know, a liner lock is basically a leaf spring, and that comes over and engages with the lock. You can see we're locked up with the tang. I mean, and we're locked up at about 30%, and that gives us the opportunity to still have you can see this one better since it's not black, to still have a detent ball. And by having a detent ball, we're going to have a detent, which means the knife is just going to open better than it would with a normal button lock, which is spring operated basically. Now this Camo Carbon is contoured very nicely. Now I will say there's some decent grip to it. You know, it is a little smooth feeling to the touch as compared to this micarta. You can see here, very, very nice in both. Now, this one's flat scale, so that's another difference. So our differences are contoured scales, premium handle material. You still have full liners that are steel and are milled for weight reduction. You still have a very similar clip, okay? And you have M390 steel, which is really cool. Now, how does this guy cut? Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. It just is. Vosteeds usually come with a nice edge, and this one is no exception. Very nice black wash blade. So PVD coated black wash blade, reversible clip. Okay, you have a filler tab. Thank you. You have a lanyard hole here, and just beautiful handle material in my opinion. I love 80s. I know a lot of people either love it or hate it. Now we have a swedge here and here, which I've always said swedges are awesome for edge relief on the cutting. You have a really good sharpening choil the way they did this here. And again, these guys are $225, only available at Blade Runner Outpost. Let's see, overall length 7.6 inches. Oh gosh, with a blade thickness of 0.118. Sorry, my apologies. And blade material M390, flat ground blade, okay? And it is designed by our buddy Yu Dong over there. I was looking for weight on this guy, and they do not give it. So again, the blade length 3.25, the overall length 7.6. Very, very cool. Let me see if we can weigh this guy. And this is going to be a little longer video because I'm rambling all over the place. Here we go. All right, so let's weigh this guy up. It looks like my battery, yep, my battery's almost dead. So let's see if we can get, oh, come on, you're not going to help me out here, really? Oh, now it works. Okay, great. So 3.81 ounces. And if we go back to the micarta one, it's 3.03. By the way, the micarta one, interesting thought here, has nested liners. So I kind of find it wild that the more premium one has the exposed liners. It doesn't really bother me because it's finished real well. By the way, this thing feels awesome in the hand with the contoured scales. Feels great. 4-finger grip. Really, really nice. And of course, the action. Guys, this thing just snaps out. So does this one. Yeah, just, I would actually say this one's a little snappier. Very much so. So, we need to get moving. This is already getting to be a long video, but, yeah, we'll do comparisons at the end, but that is really cool. Now, jumping over to the KB Stroller. The Stroller is one I've wanted to check out for quite some time. Now, I want you guys to look at that pivot collar. That is awesome. Beautiful looking blade. Yes, I've been cutting with it. Gorgeous looking grind. DLC finish. Got the Utilizator logo there. That's the designer. 20 CV on the steel. And again, beautiful 80s camo carbon DLC coating on the handle as well. It is a frame lock. You can see with a steel lock bar insert. Oh, I forgot to do one thing on this guy. Hold on, guys. Everybody likes this. No blade play, no lock rock, and we are also dead. Whoop, hold on. Now we're off to the clip side just slightly, but it can be adjusted. Shouldn't be a big deal. Now, this guy, no blade play, no lock rock. We're locked up at about 50%. We come out here all the way to that cut out part of the awesome, I mean, this is a wicked looking back spacer with some like jimps here. You have jimping on your flipper tab. The flipper tab works great. You have jimping on your front flipper, works great. You have a fuller. I'm just going to do it with my thumb. Well, maybe I'm not. I can't do it with my thumb. Can I middle finger flick it? Of course I can, but that hurts. Now, can you choke up in here? Sure. It's a little tight. I would be really careful and sort of trigger back. You can get a 4-finger grip here, and it is contoured very much so. Now, this inlay actually is evenly spaced above the, in other words, it's sitting down in there, but it sticks out a little bit. And you have these 3 milling marks, which I think are just gorgeous. Good looking clip. Clip is good in and out of the pocket. It is not reversible, and we do not have a lanyard spot. Now, we have good access to that lock bar and a chamfer with some scalloping, or really that's just milling. It moves easy peasy, as you can see. Drops on bearings. By the way, this guy's on bearings as well. You could tell, I mean, do I need to tell you that? Look at this. Woo! Yeah, definitely on bearings. As is this guy, definitely on bearings. Lots of jimps, guys. There are jimps for a day and 3/4. You have like a thumb ramp here. I wouldn't really recommend coming out here unless you really want to do some utility cutting. Just doesn't feel super comfortable. But this handle is crazy cool. I mean, it is very, very nice. Now, back to this guy. Again, neither of these are inexpensive knives. These are premium knives, and this guy is no exception. It is $275. DLC, titanium DLC blade, 80s camo carbon. And guys, Kubi just freaking nails it. This thing is so just meticulously detailed and finished. I mean, it is fantastic. And as far as specs, well, they don't list them on here. Wow. Hey, Blade Runner, list the specs, would you please? Yeah, they sure don't list the specs. So we're going to do that ourselves. If I can find where I put my, there it is. There we go. So we're going to say this guy is 7 and yeah, we're going to call it just a little over 7.5 here. So 7 5/8 or something like that. The blade is 3 inches cutting edge and like 3 1/4 overall. The handle grippable back here is 3 3/4. And we'll just weigh this guy since we weighed. Now this is going to be quite heftier. 4 ounces maybe is my guess. Maybe 4.5 even. Yeah, 4.5. Okay. And no problem with that. It doesn't really bother me. Now, as far as cutting, this guy is fine and dandy. Now there's a little grab in there, which is interesting. Yeah, it doesn't feel super, it's not really thin stock. Since they don't tell us, we'll find that out ourselves. Yeah, 0.13. So it's a little thicker stock and it's not a very high grind. So yeah, it's a little on the, what I always like to call wedgie side, meaning it is not super thin. Yeah, but it cuts all right. It just could be a little bit better. Like if you look at the Raccoon, it's way thinner across the edge. And so it's definitely a different experience cutting with that one. Now, here's your comparison between those two. Here's the original, my Raccoon, if you will. These two will go back to Jim. We will put the Ontario Rat 1 out here. You can see the Rat 1 is quite a bit bigger, and the Rat 2 is going to be smaller than everything. Yep. And then we're going to put out the Tempest 7-inch long microburst, and we're going to put out the Tempest Pinion that is 8 inches long overall. So you can see all your comparisons there. It's like we got like a little bit of a pyramid here, but very, very cool. What do you guys think of the Stroller and the Raccoon? Both are winners in my opinion. I think in this particular video, I actually think I like the Raccoon a little bit better. It's super fidgety. It's just a great design. I do wish they had nested those liners like they did on the original Raccoon, but I'm impressed. And again, to me, I think I said this was $225 for M390 and, contoured 80s camo carbon scales and a top liner lock. Yeah, all day long. This guy's great as well. Really beautiful, really meticulously done for $275 for DLC on both sides. That's a huge value in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate everybody checking these out. Thanks, Jim, for sending them. I'll get them cleaned up, my friend, and sent back to you. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to all, and thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.